Good day, sir. I am Glissel Blair G. Pamat, STEM 11 Faith, and I'm going to report about social desirables. So, what exactly is social desirables? Social desirables refer to factors that are somewhat accepted or desired in a certain society. This may be associated with social status, popularity, acceptance, or approval. So, kini nga factors can be considered as qualities that make individuals appear as socially desirable in the community. Society is divided into several groups or classes that are different from each other in terms of socioeconomic capability. In terms of socioeconomic capability, based on economic status, education level, occupation, and other factors, nga naga-differ siya kung asa ta nabilong sa group or classes, like the upper class, middle class, and lower class. The upper class is composed of wealthy, highly educated, and influential individuals, whereas the middle class has moderate wealth and social status. The lower class is a group that faces the most significant challenges as they have little access to resources and opportunities and struggle to meet their needs. To further discuss the topic, social and political stratification. Kung sa dictionary, gidefine ang stratification as something that has been arranged into categories. Ito yung ranking of people or groups of people within a society. Naga-describe ni siya sa way of which different groups of people are placed within society.
And when we say social stratification, it refers to the kind and degree of distribution of resources within a social system. So basically, when we say social stratification, category ni siya nga ni set sa society sa atoa. For example, wealth, status, prestige, and privilege. When we are talking of that, it is social stratification.
And when we say political stratification, is best explained as the extent to which such inequalities are enclosed in or influenced by political structures and processes. Political stratification occurs when certain individuals or groups have greater access to political decision making and therefore are able to shape policies and laws in their favor. Like, for example, involving influence, authority, or power. These are the meaning and characteristics of social desirables. In our previous discussion, we learned that social desirables are somewhat accepted or desired in a certain society. So, social desirables are factors that affect social stratification because they can impact an individual's acceptance, approval, and popularity. So, tugod aning social desirable, ni-increase ang desire sa mga tao nga makuha ang higher position. That is why nag-exist ang social hierarchy because of the unequal distribution of social desirables, like the property, power, and prestige in a society where the larger population of financially challenged individuals have less social desirables than the smaller group of rich people. Kadalasan, di ba, kung mayaman ka or maraming pera, mas maraming koneksyon, kaya mas angat ka sa ibang tao.
And now, let's discuss the following describes each social desirable: the property, power, and prestige. The property. It is an income producing assets that people own. For example, real estate that increase financial wealth. So, in social desirable, having property means that a person has possession of valuable assets that can increase their financial wealth over time. This is because the value of most properties tends to appreciate or increase in value as time passes. Next is the power. Power is the capacity to influence individuals or activities to achieve wealth and prestige. Power refers to an individual's ability to influence and impact others in order to achieve their desired outcomes. Katong mga tao nga naay power, they tend to have an advantage in pursuing wealth and prestige, as well as other objectives that required a cooperation or support of others. That is why some people gusto jud og power. The last one is a prestige. Prestige is an individual status among his peers in society. Halimbawa, kadalasan sa edukasyon, pinabasi ng ibang tao yung estado mo sa buhay o kung ano yung natapos mo. People don't see us in our existence but rather our social categories. Essentially, prestige refers of how respected or admired an individual is within their social circle or society as a whole. Any rational individual will always aspire for things that give property, power, and prestige. So kaning tulo ka elements, gina-aspire jud nato ni nga makuha, di ba? Kasagaran jud sa atoa, nag-aim ta aning tulo ka factors, the property, power, and prestige. Kay tungod, nagahatag ni siya og recognition sa atong society nga nagahatag pod og sense of worth and importance. These three factors dictate one place in society. So ngano nagadictate man siya? So nagadictate siya because they provide individuals with advantages that can impact their quality of life, influence, and social standing. Ideally, the greater social desirable a person has denotes a higher position in society. Because social desirables come hand in hand, more top class people become well known and influential in society and, as such, are treated with greater care and professionalism. As a result, individuals who possess desirable traits such as confidence, wealth, and prestige may be more likely to present themselves in a positive light and be perceived as more successful. So, as I was said, they are often treated with more care and professionalism. For examples, service quality in high-end restaurants significantly differ from casual dining venues. Another example, in significant societal functions, good seats are usually reserved for high-ranking individuals, present lang sa mga VIP seats. And the last example, people quickly follow trends set by powerful and influential people. The role of social desirables in a functionalist perspective. In a functionalist society, all social elements are seen as contributing factors in reaching social equilibrium and balance. So, in a functionalist perspective, katong tanan social elements kay nakita to siya nga contributing factors para mahimog balance ang atong society. And also, in a functionalist perspective, social desirables serve as rewards for fulfilling certain social goals. Inequality is seen as universal. Why? Because this means that some people have more power, wealth, or social status than others. And this is seen as a natural part of life, and therefore allows an equal distribution of power, prestige, and property without disrupting the social structure. And also, in a functionalist perspective, the most important positions in society are rewarded the most. Like, for example, the position of a CEO or a president is generally seen as more vital than that of a cashier of, or a janitor. Why? This is because the former positions are responsible for making crucial decisions or providing essential services that are necessary for the functioning of society. And now, the role of social desirables in a conflict perspective. A conflict perspective views the attainment of social desirables as a constant competition for scarce resources. So sa conflict perspective, nakita to nila ang mga attainment of social desirables as a constant competition. And in a conflict perspective, inequality greatly exists in a society that drives people to compete for resources, resulting to social change and continuous conflict. So sa atong society, nag-exist jud ang inequality. That is why some people compete for resources, resulting to social change and continuous conflict. People with social desirables are given more importance and priority than ordinary workers and individuals. Labi na itong mga tao nga nagapossess of social desirability traits such as intelligence, attractiveness, communication skills, and confidence are typically viewed as more valuable and competent by society. Sad to say, but it's the reality. They may have an easier time landing desirable jobs, getting promotions, and being recognized for their accomplishments. But what about the others? Labi na to mga ordinary people lang. And also, in a conflict perspective, social desirables dictate how one should be treated in a society of inequality. Labi na kung dato ka, mas dako jud og respect ang mahatag sa tao sa imo. Nowadays, people who have power, prestige, and property are not limited to politicians or business people. They extend to local and international celebrities who were found to be hugely influential, especially among young populations. That's all. Thank you for listening.